Hello friends, in this video I will be discussing with you about the second part of conditional statements, that is I will be discussing about if, else if, else ladder. So if you are having more than one condition, then in that scenario this ladder comes into picture. So let's take our old example of checking whether a number is positive or negative. Now, if a number entered by the user is more than 0, then that is a positive number. Else, if that number comes out to be exactly equal to 0, then that is neither negative nor positive. You can say that is a 0 itself. So if the number is neither positive nor 0, then automatically it has to be a negative number. So if both the conditions becomes false, then the control will be passed on to the last else statement. So here you are having more than one condition. So how many conditions are there? Two. So if basically three are there, but if these two becomes false, then this will automatically be executed. So how this particular statement looks like? If, then condition, then block of if, set of instructions. If this becomes false, then the control will be passed to the next one, which is else if, now the condition, and then block of this else if with certain statements. If this becomes false, then the control will be passed on to the last else statement, and this will not be requiring any condition. So if this is true, then our control will automatically be passed on to the end. If this becomes false, then this will be checked. If this becomes true, then it will be passed on to the last line. Else, if both the condition are false, then automatically the last if will be executed. Do not think that we can use only one if. There can be multiple number of else if, else if, else if, else if, and so on. Then finally else. How many conditions? How many else if will be required? So let's say you are having three conditions, that means positive, negative, or 0. Then you will be requiring one else if. So because minus 1 will be for the first one, first if, so so 1 will be reserved for this, so it becomes 2 now, and one condition will be for this because the last one else will also be taken out. So only one becomes. So one else if will be there. So if you are having, let's say, five conditions to check, then subtract one for first if, subtract one for the else, and this will be the number of else if statements in between you will be using. So let us write the same program whether a number is even or whether a number is positive or negative. So if number entered by the user is more than 0, then this is positive. Else if, remember there is a space, else if, then the condition, the number is equal to 0, then print it is 0. Else neither 0 nor positive, so it has to be negative. So let us write this program. So let's say user is entering the number, so enter number and then scanf %d at the address of n, and then if the number entered by the user is more than 0, then block of if, printf, this is positive. Now, if this condition becomes false, then else if. So again check whether the number is 0. If this is true, then this number is 0. Else, you simply print this is negative. So if both the conditions becomes false, then automatically this will be true. So let us run this program. So let us enter any number. So let's say 5. So it is a positive number. Again run this program. So enter a number. So let's say 0 I have entered. So 0, the number itself is a 0. Again run it. So if I enter some negative number -3, so it should display me that it is a negative number. So in this way we can use if else statement. Okay, so let us write the same program using ternary operator. How to do that? First check whether the number entered by the user is positive or not. Then if that is true, then print that it is a positive number. And let's say it becomes false, then what? Then again it has to be checked that whether it is a whether the number is 0 or not. So then now this particular portion will, if this becomes false, so this will be executed, and here you have to check that whether the number is 0 or not. Now if this becomes 0, then write this, else you do what? You simply print it is a negative number. So in this way you can write your ternary operators for if else ladder. So here once more, let me delete this. So here, if this condition becomes true, then the control will be passed on to this, and the return finally will be came here. Else, if this condition becomes false, then this will not be executed. The control will be passed on to this whole expression. And inside this expression, what is there? Again, if else. So it will be checked whether it is 0. If it becomes 0, so this will be printed. Otherwise, this will be. So let us do this. So let us say 5. So 5 is a positive number. And again run it. Let's say -9. So it is a negative number. And if I run it again and supply 0, so it is a 0. So friends, in this way, this if else condition works. So what I'll do is, in the coming videos, I will be solving 3-4 problems for you so that you can get a better grip on the conditional statements. So in this lecture, till this point only, thank you very much for watching.